Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. I want to talk a little bit about the situation in Oregon. I am not there and I know no one over there, so it's hard for me to say anything. I basically can just get what's off the internet and a little bit of some inside information from some people that have called me. But I really don't have any information that you can't find yourself. This morning I woke up and I saw an article on the news and I wanted to talk about it. So I'm not supporting them and I'm not criticizing them. I don't know the information. All I can tell you is the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, is a very corrupt, tyrannical group of the government. So anything that is probably done out there, you know, the BLM is not your friend, especially to ranchers and to farmers out there. But I don't know the information. Some people have said, why don't you go out to Oregon and support those guys? I'm going to stay in my area of operations, in my state. You know, grabbing a gun and running to Oregon is not the solution, because I don't know what's going on. So I'm definitely not going to do that. Now, I am hoping we have a peaceful resolution to the situation out there. I've been looking at a lot of comments on articles that are on the internet, and there's a huge group of people that would really like us just to bomb those guys that are out there at the wildlife center, just annihilate them because they're terrorists. So we've lost the public opinion on this one for sure, but does it really matter, because those people are against us anyways, no matter what we do. But I saw this article and I wanted to talk about it. So we have some pictures of the FBI, we have some pictures of the supporters of Bundy. The first thing that they said in this thing was the mother of Bundy sent out a list, an email list, because they need supplies. I want to talk about this. There's 80 items on this list, and they range from sleeping bags, wool socks, cigarettes, toiletries, food, coffee, and French vanilla creamer. Anyone in a leadership position with these guys that go into a situation like that and have not thought out the logistical problems that are going to occur is irresponsible, totally irresponsible. As a leader in anything, you need to take care of people that support you. If it's on the job, if it's in the military, if it's this situation, you have to think past 24 hours, 48 into a week. The reason is, if your whole plan was, well, people will bring us supplies, that's foolish and irresponsible. The government could have shut the area down around here, clamped it down where no one could go in and out. So your plan of having supplies brought into you would not work. I'm wondering, did these guys know of this location? Did they go and recon the location to find out what resources are there, knowing that they would probably get the power cut off? I don't think the power's cut off now, and I think the government's doing that not to put them under siege, to escalate the problem. Because when you cut power to someone, the situation is going to escalate, and they're not escalating the situation. So that's good on the government side. But did anyone go into this facility, recon it? Does it have propane heat? Propane means to cook. If you're going to do something like this and take on the most powerful force in the world, hopefully you've done your homework. So they need supplies. Why weren't supplies sufficient brought in? Bad leadership for sure. Or this was done on the spur of the moment, like, hey, let's go over there and take over the building, which is foolish from the military point of view. Very foolish. So French vanilla creamer, it amazes me. Being a hardcore infantry guy, you were lucky just to get black coffee, and that was a treat. So they asked for these supplies. I'm going to talk about these pictures, just the intelligence I'm going to gather from these pictures. I'm going to put a link to this Associated Press article so you can look at them. So if you can't see them on the camera, I understand that. The first picture over here is one of the supporters. I think he was one of the 3% group that came to see if they needed any help. What I'm looking at here is, I don't see any night vision capabilities at all. The next picture I'm going to show you is some FBI guys. What I'm learning from the FBI guys is, first of all, their dust covers are closed. To me, that's a sign of a professional. Yeah, it's an FBI guy, so don't give me any crap that he's not a professional. He's just a thug. Very professional. Keep your dust cover closed. The next thing I'm going to show is they got some type of IR night vision capable lasers. So they're ready and they're set to fight at night. Any pictures of the militia or the supporters of Bundy, I could see no evidence of night fighting capability at all. Zero. In this picture, one of the guys is actually holding a PVS-14. He is an FBI agent. We're going to look at the picture up here. These are two supporters of the Bundys. You can see the radio clearly on his side. So we're getting the make and the model of his radio. If his radio is on, I don't know from this picture, but you can zoom in and see the frequencies. The radios will have frequencies here, or whatever they delegate that, they can manually program it and name that frequency a name. That's important because if you can see what the militia or the Bundy's supporters have on their radio fill and they're all the same, to me that says, hey, they're more organized than maybe we thought previously. If they're not and they're just plugging in frequencies on any channel, that tells me a lot intelligent wise. This gentleman right here, he was one of the militia supporters or Bundy supporters. He has his dust cover open. Is that really a big deal? If you were a Marine and you had your dust cover open, I had a buddy that was a Marine. He was fanatical about making sure every time his dust cover was shut. Being in the Army, yes, close your dust cover. It protects it if you fall in the snow and fall in the mud before you fire that first shot. This is the picture of the PVS-14 in his hand. These are FBI guys. Also, the FBI guys are using earpieces. None of the militia or supporters of Bundy has any type of earpiece so they can communicate and hear things on their radio. This is a deficiency that we need to address. Another thing that I see is no eye protection. Now granted, these guys might have their eye protection in their bag, stowed on their personal gear. Eye protection is a big thing. What would scare me if all these militia types or supporters had the same eye protection, just the good quality safety glasses. To me, that says, wow, someone is thinking of details. Your eyes are very valuable. In a gunfight or with any type of flashbang, protecting your eyes is a must. So I don't see that. I also don't see it with the federal FBI. So there's just some things I've taken from here. Another thing, the FBI are not in uniform at all. The only thing to designate them in uniform is on their gear that says FBI. If not, they're all growing beards, it looks like. So they're trying to blend in so they can move around. So that's important for me. I do not see any official uniform. That could also be to keep the situation as de-escalated as possible. So I've taken some things out of here. I think the biggest thing that I would like to say is, if you're a responsible leader in any field, you need to take care of your people. As an NCO, we never ate until every soldier ate and make sure they were taken care of. So was this done just, hey, let's go take this building over? Was there any thought put into it? Now, I'm also going to say is, did the AP make up this story and saying we need a list of supplies to discourage people from joining the standoff out there and say, oh my gosh, they don't even have food, I'm not going out there? I don't know, it could be. There's so much propaganda going on. You got to look at the details of this situation. Am I supporting them? No, I don't know the details of it. I don't live with the Bureau of Land Management every day. So for me, it's hard to say what's actually going on. I know the federal government, I know how corrupt they are. So I am praying for a peaceful resolution, and then we can move on. I do not support the great, huge tracts of land the federal government owns. That land needs to be given back to the states. The state of Nevada, Colorado, all those states out there can decide what they're going to do with the land. To me, it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to give a link to this. Check it out. But every time a news story comes out, look at pictures, look at gear, look at things, and you can get a great deal of intel from them. Thanks for watching.